Alright, so these are the original, you could say, Bible Armory cards. They have the scriptures and everything on the front. I designed these personally in Photoshop before I started working with a friend of mine. And for those of you who have seen my testimony, I used to be a competitive trading card game player. So I learned a few things, some good, some kind of whatever. But my friend, he was asking me how to shuffle. So I wanted to quickly teach people how to shuffle. The easiest way to do, one way to shuffle, is divide about in half. You take them, you make sure they are even, and you are going to be bending the cards like this. You're holding them, bending, and you do that on both sides, and then you just slowly let one card at a time loose. And then you alternate, so you have one on the right, one on the left. And then once that's done, you push on the middle, and then you want to bend the other direction. And as you bend the other direction and let the bottom go, they will just slide into place and end up something like this.
Do it one more time. We're gonna see it from the side.
Okay. So again, in half, you can just, I'll go slow, because in half, your two halves. And you can straighten out. So half. Sometimes it's easier to do that. You can do it on your chest. Bending. And pushing in from the sides. So approximately half. Pushing down in the middle. Bending up. Pushing in from the sides. Straightening out. There you have it. Another simple shuffling technique is where you take the cards like this, and you let a portion of them slide, and you can even go like this. Or you could even do what we did sideways, where people go like this. And that is basic shuffling.
Now, could you add to that how you play with these scripture cards, like the game you were telling me how to memorize them?
Well, these are scripture cards, so some might call it a memory game, but I prefer the terminology of scripture memory training. They are designed so that you hold the cards like this, and your thumb can conceal the reference. And then you just lift your thumb and it reveals the reference, so you can see, oh. So if I cover my thumb, I can say, okay, this is, let me find one that I know. Alright. So I know this is Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6, and I can lift my thumb to check and make sure. One of the ways that it can also be done is you could position the cards like so. And then I like to do things cooperatively to avoid that competitive spirit. So you and your friends can position cards like this, or the new Open the Armory cards, which will be available soon, if the Lord will. And you can go through and say, alright, for the wages of sin is death. Is that Romans 3:23?
No, that's
Romans 6:23. So I did not quite get that one. So what about this one? Joshua. This is, have I not commanded thee? This is Joshua 1:9. So I would get that one. And my friend knew this was Romans 6:23. So together we would try and slowly go through and get as many as we could. And the opposite can be done, where you go like this. And this is a lot of fun too, where you can put all of the different cards and have them lined up, and then you can labor to quote them perfectly. So you can go Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not unto thine own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. And there you have it. And then, like another person can go, and like the team is trying to collectively get all the scriptures into the one pile.
And memorize all of them, yes.
Yes.
And then you make 2 piles, the ones you don't know and the one you know.
Yes.
And the ones you don't know, you practice them. You carry them in your pocket, you recite them when you have time, and you play the game again when you come together with your friends. So
I like to think about it this way, that these... this is like an armory. Like the Bible is like an armory filled with swords, and as you open it, you can choose the different swords that you need for your different struggles. And it's been a great encouragement to me. I like to think of it as where there are different giants in our life, and we notice that David and Goliath, when David he went and picked up 5 smooth stones, and I like to think of it that way. If each day you carry your 5 swords, your 5 smooth stones that you can take from your shepherd's bag and slay the different giants in your life, then you can have great victory. We noticed that it only took 3 references, 3 different texts, for Christ himself to have total victory over Satan in the wilderness. And we can have victory also. How many times are we struggling, but we do not take the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God? We do not say, "It is written."
And exercise faith in it. That's right.
Yeah. Alright, so I think that can conclude our video. Now you know how to shuffle, or now you can practice. And the easiest thing I can say is just get familiar with the cards and get familiar with the verses, and it will all... your path will be made plain.
And again, if you are interested in getting these cards and memorizing more of the Bible, which I do believe is an important part, although it is not everything, but it is a very important part, you can visit openthearmory.org, right?
That is correct.
All right. So visit the website, and the cards will be available, or should be available soon. God bless.